Finish the job.
Rats.
Towards the
I
place.
want a full building suite.
Got me. Knock you out and look good.
You'll be doing that one for days. Almost there.
Good morning, YouTube, and happy Monday. And for those in the United States, happy Memorial Day. Now, why do we not have sound? Of course, we don't have a lot of things at the moment, and I'll get to that shortly. I don't have sound. Alright, that's not a good start, is it? We are in LOTRO and meet Miss Zardantha. Or maybe we should meet her human form, huh? There we go. That's better. There she is. She's my beorning. Now, I had commented on a video from a gentleman whose channel is called Tower of Guard. He was talking about things that free-to-play players should pick up in the LOTRO store. And I happened to mention that another thing that I thought not just free-to-play players, but all players should pick up in the LOTRO store was a universal toolkit. Somebody commented to my comment asking if it was even worth it to craft as a free-to-play crafter and wasn't crafting slower. And I honestly, I didn't know. And looking it up provided a little bit of answers, but not exactly what I was looking for. So, today, we're on my not VIP account, and we're going to find out. Also, just to let you know, for some reason this morning, Moonlight is acting up, so it will periodically disconnect on me, and I will have to just load back into it. Don't know why it chose this morning to do it, but that's a thing. Now, Miss Zardantha, let's take a look at what she has. And she just started a deed. Oh, she started, okay. Has she done Shire? She done Shire deeds. Okay, she has done Shire deeds. That's why she's not getting anything for wolves. Like I said, this is not a VIP account. It's not technically a free-to-play account. It is premium. But having said that, Zardantha will run into many of the same problems that free-to-play players run into. I've already found a couple of them. First and foremost, that's her bag space. Yes, that is the entirety of her bag space. To say it's very limited is an understatement. Another thing I've already noticed off the bat was the lack of being able to use certain stables. We will go over that later. And of course, right now, she is just farming up some light hides. Because like I said, she hasn't started crafting. She has professions. She has scholar, forester, and tailor. So because gathering leather and crafting gear is probably going to be the easiest thing for her to do, that is what we're going to focus on. How many hides do I have now anyway? 31? Not nearly enough. Alright, let's kill some more wolves, shall we? Now, she could do this in bear form too, but right now it's just easier to stay in man form. Now, one fun thing about the beorning is that when she has a travel skill called Wanderlust, and as long as she is not in combat, when she's in bear form, she actually runs almost as fast as a horse. So she runs at 68%. Now her mounts can run at 78%, slightly faster, but that's because they had given away gift boxes that not only included mounts, but the, can't remember what they're called. Well, that's Smell the Roses, which means it slows the mounts down. But they gave away the skill that made all mounts faster. Otherwise, her mount and her would be, well, about the same speed. And yes, beorning is one of those characters you have to buy, and I did get it with LOTRO points a long while back. I guess we could tell why I chose this particular spot to farm for hides, since there's so many wolves here. It's easy to get. Oh yeah, and the beorning can use a bow. It's not very useful, except maybe to get a mob's attention. So if I don't want to chase them down, I could just do that. That also requires me double click on them. Alright, now what do we have? 47. I don't remember exactly how many hides she's gonna need. I feel like we want a good few of them. And I could have probably sent some over from Marceline, which we might do with the next tier of hides. But for this tier, I felt like she should get her own stuff. Because obviously, if you're a free-to-play player, you're not necessarily going to have people just handing you stuff. I'm not worried about the warg. I don't think the warg's going to give us the white hides we need. Oh, well, we got the Lord's attention anyway. Oh, he might have given me a light hide. I'm not sure. Our bag's looking. I actually have to check because that little backspace she has. Oh my god, she has so little backspace. Is there anything I can just use and get rid of it? I'll use that. I'll use that. I open up, ooh, a whole two spaces. She'll eat one of her honey cakes. That's another thing about the beorning. They can make their own food on the go. So they have the ability to bake a honey cake. And they just sit there. No ingredients required. They bake a honey cake. And, I mean, it's not the best food, but it's food. I think it actually levels up with the character, too. Here I'm harassing this poor wolf just trying to sun itself on a rock. Aren't I horrible? How are we doing for hides? Oh, hold on. Let me take care of this wolf first. 64. That's better. Still trying to figure out why I have no sound. You know what? Give me a second. I am going to do myself a favor. I'll shift Q. Go and close that. Reopen it. Nope, still no sound. Options, audio. Oh, yep, still no sound. Oh, I wonder. Maybe it's not here. I need to do that. Nope, that didn't help either. Nope, we just don't have sound. Oh, technical difficulties. What would life be without them? Right? Right. Uh, I've tried that. The only thing I haven't tried is that. I don't think that's gonna work either. Nope. Nope. None of it's worked. The only thing I could think of left to do is to actually restart the game, and I don't even think that would help. So I guess we'll just have to do without the noise. Oh no, maybe I should find some royalty-free music to throw on. Can't think of anything I want to use. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So, royalty-free background music. I have no idea what that is. Happy Memorial Day, Johnny. How are you? Now I need some 80s synthwave. I don't know if that would be the appropriate royalty-free music for this. Jazz? No, not really. That just says epic. Gaming music. No copyright sounds. Royalty-free music. Neon City music. I guess we're just gonna pick some I'm kind of wanting to hear this Neon City music, so we'll check it out. Make sure that's kind of turned down. That's kind of neat. Since we don't have any... All good? Nice. Since we don't have any game sound for whatever reason, this will have to do. If it's too loud, let me know. And very nice. Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's a little chill to be killing wolves too, but you know what? That's fine. It's sound other than the sound of my voice. Good morning, DP. How are you? Would you attack what's in front of you? Dang. How you doing? I am farming the wolves for some hides so that we can practice some crafting. Invading a natural environment. Hey, she's a bear. What can you say? Hunting rare endangered species. This is Middle Earth. Wolves are not rare or endangered. But beorning, on the other hand, might be both. How many hides do I have now? 86 of them. Let's try to get to at least 100. Have I put on weight? I look bigger. She can put on weight anytime and then take it off again. So yeah, this is her bear form. Let's see if I can actually get to a spot where y'all can actually see it. There's her bear. Yeah, you can actually see her face marks even when she's in bear form. So that's what she looks like as a bear. And then there's her human form. Right, lose 300 kilograms in 3 seconds, right? If she bears a resemblance. I would say this is tough, but, you know, it's barely a challenge. Now, don't I have I thought I had a skill to remove effects. Right, we should bear that in mind. Tony Brunson's going, what the heck? It's pun day. I ought to check her bags for, yeah, she's, her junk's getting full here. 104. That should get us a bit of a start. We'll see if we can get a couple more between here and the stable. And for those of you who might be interested, I am running the beorning in the blue trait tree. So if we go over here, see she's in what they call the hide, which is kind of a tanky build. So we've got 5 points in Nature's Bounty, which increases her vitality plus 14. A point in Recuperate, which lets her use some of her wrath to heal herself. Quick Recovery increases the initial heal of Recuperate. And 3 points in Armored Hide, which of course just increases her mitigation. These funds are unbearable. Opposing Presence, which increases the claw swipe area effect. Hardened Heart, which just makes her wrath go up faster. Dancing Bear, which increases her evade chance. Bear with it. We'll go across, hit up stock, or actually just take her bear form, because she has to take slow stables anyway. That is another downside of not being VIP. A lot of the stables you'll run across are not fast travel, so you can see she can slow travel to Hobbiton from here, that's it. She's almost as fast as the stable ride, so she might as well just run. Or we could go that way and go to Bree, which we'll do. I think we'll do that. Might even be able to snag a couple medium hides on the way. Oh, and if those of y'all who might be thinking I can grab a bunch of stuff in the LOTRO shop to make things easier here, that ain't happening. She's got 212 LOTRO points. Like, she is seriously does not have many LOTRO points here. Oh, mobs will attack us. Well, okay. And we are getting medium hides, at least from the boar. And yes, she is in her bear form fighting a bear. You would think in her bear form the bears wouldn't notice her. But that's not the case. Can she use... Yes, she can use that skill in bear form. I wasn't certain. How many medium hides does she have now? 11? Not many. Barely enough to get started. Now she's gonna go school the bear yearlings. Still like to know what happened to the game music. Had to have something to do with Moonlight crashing originally. I feel like the only thing left I haven't done is restarted the whole game itself. Now let me know if the music's too loud or anything. Enrage the splitter task. Enrage this. Good morning, Strawberry Field Fairy. You say hi, amazing game. LOTRO is an amazing game. I mean, I wouldn't have played it for 17 years and counting if I didn't think it was a fantastic game. It's very underrated. Of course, it is also very dated. And no, I did not mean to rhyme. I was going to say there's a lot to do for free-to-play, but right now we're also looking at some of the pain points of free-to-play. And one of them being a question I got specifically asked about crafting as a free-to-play player. Since I didn't have a good answer, and looking it up didn't give me the answers I wanted, well, we're finding out today. Let's see, how many medium highs do I have now? 26. Whoa, a little better. Thirty of them. Not bad. But let's see what our light hides get us first. Oh, what's that? That's not what I wanted to do. And that just puts us into walk mode. Hello, cat. Hello, Catter. What are you doing, Catter? No. Oh. What are you doing? Ah! Okay. Hold on a second. You okay? You okay? Come here. Come here. That was not a very graceful, that wasn't very graceful. No? You okay? Okay. Miss Carol's still not feeling very good. She went to jump up to look out the window and missed her jump. Now what are you doing? Just wander all over everything, why don't you? You are incredibly spoiled. You know that, right? Spoiled. Spoiled cat is spoiled. That's all I can say about that. Now I wonder, oh yes, I was going to check and see my reputation with Bree, but I know it's Kendrick. Good morning, Cynthia. Oh, and for those of you in the United States, happy Memorial Day. Alright, I think at this point we will take Man Farm because we are entering town. Is this the main bear you're playing as? Well, this is a free-to-play character, and we are answering a couple of questions about crafting as free-to-play. Yes, today is Memorial Day. since she is definitely a character that hasn't done any crafting, she was the best one to choose for this experiment. You didn't check the calendar? What server am I on? I am on Marriott. Excuse me, cat. I can't see through your butt. I cannot see through your behind. Do you mind? Anything else I can sell? There. Does mail cross? I don't think it does. Not that I've ever heard. Don't quote me on that. Alright, let's take our hides to the crafting hall. Literally and figuratively. You are watching the screen? Well, you don't do that often. Would you like me to move that out of your way? Well, she's got to be feeling slightly better. She is definitely a whole lot more active than she's been. Do I have any segments on this account? Let's find out. Not really. I wonder what the harmonious robe would look like on her. Yeah, no. I don't think so. That dress wouldn't look that bad. It looks better on an elf, though. Don't need any pets. Oh, too bad that stuff's bound to account. I was gonna get it and send it to Miss Medriel. Oh well. You have really chosen that spot to lay in. Alright, hold on. Let me see if I can. Yes, I can raise the monitor up so I can see over the cat. She's like, curses! Foiled again. Workbench. We should be able to work on some leather right here. First, we gotta go through the tedious part of brushing the leather. I should have enough leather here to get her at least proficient at apprentice. Hopefully. Oh, she's already a quarter of the way there. So, while we're waiting, if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask them. If I know the answers, I will tell you. If I don't, I will look them up. Funny thing is, since I lost sound, the moonlight has stopped crashing. Oh no, maybe it had something to do with that. Okay, we're very, very close. Okay, she does get XP from crafting. So that hasn't changed between VIP and non-VIP. Okay, one more and she'll hit proficiency. Okay, and... okay, she can work towards mastery at the apprentice level. You will need a lot more hides for this, though. I don't think she's going to get more than a quarter of the way into mastery. Now, another thing we could do is go check the auction house, see if anybody's got any hides for sale, but they're not going to be cheap, I'll tell you that. 3 more to go and she'll be done with the hides that she currently has. I got a little more than a quarter way, but I was pretty close. She has 57 brushed light leather. I do not think she's got enough medium hide to worry about getting to proficiency. We'll do them real quick. Now she won't get even close, but we can get them out of the way. Somebody over here learning a bunch of recipes. Something else you should probably look in the tailor shop. And see what recipes she can learn. I feel like she might have learned them already. Now this is the sort of stuff I would usually do off camera, but since we are working towards answering specific crafting questions, we're actually doing it on camera today so y'all can actually see the process. Yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna shove this stuff at. You know what? I'm gonna send all of these over to Marceline. That way I can make a little bit of space for crafting supplies. And another thing about free-to-play characters, you can't open up your mailbox from anywhere. You have to be in front of a mailbox to send stuff. Alright. Auction. We want crafting. I think it's under ingredients. Gundabad hides, Menace Ithil hides, Doomfold, Norian, Erlingus, medium hides, but it doesn't have a buyout on it. $45 gold for 50 sturdy hides. How about you sit on it and rotate? 7 gold. Yeah, she's only got 14 gold, so yeah. No, we're not buying them from the auction house. I did say they were going to be expensive, but those prices are ridiculous. Ridiculous. And the sad thing is, the prices are the prices because somebody's buying them. Ah! My bear T-posed. Oh my god, that was so funny. I've never seen a bear T-pose before. Oh, okay. Since I don't feel like going all the way back out to the Shire, we'll harass the wildlife outside of Bree. Which mostly consists of boar and bears. What the heck is that? It's blocked off. It says danger. What the heck is that? I think that was from some event. And I can't remember what it was now. But it's kind of funny that it's blocked off when the event's not happening, but the thing is still there. I'm trying to remember what festival that was from. I vaguely remember it, because it's still fairly a new thing. Uh, 15. We definitely need more than that. It's kind of funny, we're listening to this like really super peaceful type music and killing the wildlife outside of Bree. And I will double check. I'm pretty sure that said royalty free. I did look, it was under royalty-free background music. You know what? I'm going to try to change to something else, though. It's nice, but I'm getting a little bored with it. Synthwave, royalty-free, copyright safe music. Okay, we'll try that. Oh, it's got a little more of a beat to it. Well, hello, random person. I hope you're having fun. How are we doing? 25. Not every single one of these gives us a hide either. Huh, no, the little fox isn't going to give us anything. We're not going to harass the fox. What's that? Stadel. Say not much going on around here. Little hobbit's like, I miss Mickle Delving. Well, Mickle Delving ain't that far away. Oh, good morning, Piplup. Happy Monday, and once again, for those in the United States, happy Memorial Day. I'm out killing the local wildlife to get enough hides to work on crafting. Because I figured, yeah, I could probably dig through my other characters and give her the supplies she needs, but a free-to-play player would probably not have that luxury. So we should do it the proper way and actually go out and kill a bunch of stuff, gather the materials, and bring them back to the crafting hall. Oh, and there's no game sound because I had technical issues that and included Moonlight crashing about 3 times. And then the sound disappeared. I have tried several things to get the sound working. I feel like without rebooting that machine, I'm probably not going to get it. So we're listening to some royalty-free music off of YouTube instead. Really fun stuff. At least I think it's really fun stuff, but I like music like this. Always have. Still can't believe the level 20 beorning hadn't done a bit of crafting yet. Made her the perfect candidate for this. She's already, like I said, she's level 22, which means she can kill this stuff pretty easily. She's a pretty tough character. Has her own built-in healing and tanking and all that fun stuff. Now, as for being lore accurate, not so much. If you read into the books, especially like the Silmarillion and stuff, from what you could tell, there were only 2 skin changers, Beorn and Grimbeorn. The Beornings weren't a race of skin changers. They were a group of free men from around various parts of Middle Earth who joined Beorn's tribe because they wanted the freedom to do as they wished. So that the long way of saying they were just normal men and women. Excuse no, what are you doing? Fine, just stay still, okay? Okay. Sorry about the weird noises. Miss Carol decided the top of my microphone box was the perfect place for her to lay down. She's been doing that a lot lately. And since she's sick, kind of letting her have her way. I know, she's very spoiled. almost as spoiled as Miss May Lily was. Almost. Miss May Lily was very spoiled. $58. 58 would get us 23. Nope, still not enough. That might get us a little more than halfway. What the heck is that? Oh, just a random bush. You are restless. Very restless, dear. Well, good thing this stuff respawns real quick. Ew. One moment. Okay. Poor kitty. I think she will have to go back to the vet tomorrow. But I killed you already. Guess not. Now, if I actually had any considerable quests to do, we could do some questing while we did this, but she's done the epic through Greenland. In fact, she's supposed to be heading to Zardantha to start the Lone Lands. We actually might do once we've finished apprentice level, because then she would have a whole bunch of stuff there to kill and do quests at the same time. We at 72. If we had 100, that would be 50 leather. We might almost have enough. No, because that would be 300. Yeah, we definitely need close to 100 hides. Well, on the bright side, we'll have some more junk to sell. Beornings are certainly sturdy. And once again, if you're wondering, beorning is one of those classes you have to buy. Let's see, the classes that came after the base game are the beorning, the high elf, well, those are races. Although beorning is considered a race and a class. But the beorning, the high elf, the stout axe dwarf, and the river hobbit. And then the classes that don't come with the base game are the mariner, the beorning, the brawler. I think that's the only one. But they came with their own expansion packs. So like, if we go into the LOTRO store, obviously we're not going to see the beorning in here, because I already have the beorning. Okay, anytime today, you can load. Now is that under account? Or under character? Nope. It's gotta be under account. Content. Classes and races. So I don't have the river hobbit. I don't have the brawler. I don't have the mariner on this account. So yeah, you can see, like if you just want to get the river hobbit or the brawler or the mariner, they cost 1,000 LOTRO points. You could grind those fairly easily if you wanted a specific class or race. But they're not super duper cheap. Now, the bundle, I believe, includes the class plus a few other things. Yeah, so this would, if I were to spend 1,595 LOTRO points, I would get the river hobbit plus an extra character slot. So there's that. And that's not a free-to-play thing. That's across all accounts. Like, I think I did buy it through Thormern's account, the beorning. How are we doing now? 80. Alright. Let me see if that works. Are we back? Hopefully we're back. Yes, back. Okay, good. At least I finally figured out how to resume a stream without having to start a whole new one. 92. Let's see if we can get 100 hides. That way I will be pretty certain I can finish this crafting tier. $95. $97. Three more hot. Gives me 4. You must die for the cause. 98. $99. That should be 100. It is. Alright, let's head back to the crafting hall, shall we? Alright, I need a sip of water. Okay, that's better. So my roommate this morning goes, "Would you like to have a song stuck in your head?" And immediately, without even hesitation, the very first thing that came to my mind was that little song from the show Lamb Chop called "The Song That Doesn't End." He's like, "No, not that one." And he played some song from the 80s. I think the song's called "She Blinded Me with Science." But guess what? The Song That Doesn't End has trumped that song. And it is still stuck in my head. It is like literally the most earworm song that was ever created for a children's show ever. So let's get this brushed leather done. Now, to be fair, the only people that are really going to be worried about doing stuff like this are dedicated crafters and people who know that they're going to be mainly playing solo in the game and want to be able to craft some gear for themselves, in which case they would carefully choose which professions they want so they can create the widest range of gear for themselves. Like if you're playing a light or medium armored character, then Forester and Tailor make sense because you can process your own hides into leather, you can make your own armor. And then for the third one, you would choose whatever. In this case, I chose Scholar. If you were playing a heavy armored character, you would want to choose Prospecting and Metalsmith, then you could make your heavy armor. Then for the third option, you could choose Jeweler to make your jewelry, or you could choose Weaponsmith to make your weapons, or your bladed weapons, which also both fall under prospecting. So you would actually have a full complement of stuff that either way. You could either make your armor and your jewelry, or your armor and your weapons. Another option would be Scholar, Farmer, and Cook. Then you can make your own food for the buffs and make your own scholarly things. Earworms are such a funny brain glitch. You remember once starting to sing something you have not heard since you were a kid, asked me to sing it again on purpose. No way you could do it. Yeah, that's true. Earworms are definitely an interesting phenomenon. Like, I could start suddenly singing Dare to Be Stupid by Weird Al. I haven't heard that song in ages. I still know the song. In fact, a lot of Weird Al songs will easily just pop up in the head out of nowhere because he's just so iconic. Will we have enough? I think so. We have 7 left to make. Oh yeah, we'll have plenty. We'll make it. Alright, so we've mastered the apprentice tier, which I was pretty sure we could do. Alright, first off, buy my junk. Buy all my junk. Buy that, and that, and that. And buy that, and that. I think that's all the junk we had. Now I am going to get this brushed leather that I made earlier out. I'm going to go talk to the tailor. And we want tier 2 recipes. Oh, we need journeyman tailor for that. So whatever recipes we have for tier 1 is what we have. We're going to take all those hides, we're going to break them down into light leather shavings. We're going to do it, say, batch of 20. Because we can use this to level up tailoring. So you've gone through all that, you've made a whole bunch of leather, you can turn it into shavings, and then back into leather. The downside being is that you lose about half of the leather in the process. But you get 8 crafting points per. Yeah, feel free. Whatever questions you have, if I have an answer, I will let you know. Alright, now we'll turn that back into leather. Now, we did 20, which used 40 leather. We will get 20 leather back. Just make all. Okay. Okay, I like this music list, but I feel like I really want to listen to something a little more, I don't know, appropriate for the game. Nice though, I like it. Lo-fi. I need royalty free. Instrumental. Royalty free music. Overused royalty free music. I like that. Overused royalty free music. ARG playlist. This just says 12 hours of royalty free background music for Twitch streamers and creators. Alright, I'll bite. So, not liking that one. I think she's done with that batch. She is. Let's do another batch. Looks like he does a lot of lo-fi stuff. Now, do y'all do royalty-free stuff? Are you ready? Blah, 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 blah. Does not specify that it is royalty-free. Alright, I don't want something that doesn't specify royalty-free. A lot of the royalty-free stuff. Okay, this says copyright-free. Try this one. It says Epic Fight Fantasy Soundtrack. Alright. You can see some comparison to WoW. Something that you're more familiar with. You're curious about the overall player population. If you have some sense of what kind of players you encounter in the world, is it still attracting new players? Is it still attracting new players? You don't really get a huge sense of how many players are in the world. Although you can see, like, there are a few people in the crafting hall right now. They don't really advertise the player counts. Not anywhere that I know of. I will say that when I'm out questing, I will often run across other people. I honestly don't know how many new players it's been attracting lately. I don't know if the low-level players I see are new players or they are people who have played the game for a while and are just making alts. Because I guarantee, more than a few of us have multiple alts. I feel like in a lot of ways it's probably going to be Old Guard. Alright, so we have finished we've maxed out apprentice level tailoring. So I can't give you a definitive answer because it is very hard to tell just from the players whether or not they are new players with low level characters or long-time players that are just playing on an alt character. But I will say I do frequently see other players as I'm out and about in various areas. I do know that I will periodically see people advertise their kinship, which is usually a good sign if there are people still looking to make and run kinships. That usually means there's some interest in people joining them. Of course, keep in mind, this is not a regular server either. This is a roleplay encouraged server, which tends to also have slightly lower player counts overall. The more populous servers would probably be the servers that are not roleplay. And I can't remember the names of them off the top of my head. I know Meriadoc and Peregrine are the European and the US roleplay encouraged servers, respectively. For the non-roleplay servers, you will probably find a higher population, as those are the servers where people are just there to quest, group up and do instances and raids, and in some cases, monster play. I always liked the roleplay servers because they had a very chill environment. Although there are players on the roleplay servers that are there for the specific purpose of raiding. So we have raid servers even here. Alright, so I can tell from getting to proficiency with turning and tailoring, it did open up expert. Actually, I'm going to do myself a favor. Hold on. I am absolutely going to do myself a favor. Even though I know we're supposed to be doing this the hard way. Oh my god. I'm supposed to be doing this the hard way. Like actually going out and grinding this stuff. So y'all can get a full picture of crafting. I'm like so tempted to go to Marceline and see what hide she has to send to Zardantha, but that wouldn't be playing fair. So, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Okay, we're finished the apprentice level. We don't need any more light hides. We're being good. I'm being a good girl today. I'm actually doing things the right way. The slow way, but the right way. Actually, you know what? I'm going to stay in man form for a bit. And we're going to T-pose the horse. There we go. It finally caught up. You understand, I thought you might have gotten a sense just by playing and observing. This may have been a bit much of an ask. It's hard to judge, but thanks for your opinion. No problem. Well, like I said, I mean, I've been running through Bree, and I have certainly seen a share of people. So, it's not unpopulated. But whether or not they're new or old players, I couldn't tell you for certain. Now, this probably is not a new player, judging by the picture frame. This is definitely not a new player. the level 16 character, but holy smokes, this is like an OG here. This is like a 19-year frame. Yeah, so this dude, I know for certain, has been around a while. Because he's got a 19-year picture frame around his character. So, like, my character, that's the 11-year frame. So you can see his picture frame. He's been around a while. So that's one way I could tell. I'd have to click on everybody I ran past to see what their picture frame. Yep. That guy has been around since the very start. So he trumps my 17 years, you know, by 2. Now this account isn't that new. This account's only 11 years old. I know, I just said this account's only 11 years old. And this is like, this and Farmer's account are about 11 years old. Those are my youngest accounts. My main account, which is where you see Miss Medriel and Miss Marcelin and Miss Vistula, that's my 17-year account. Yeah, the game's been, in fact, next year will be the 20th anniversary. I'm wondering what they're going to do for the anniversary festival next year. It's gotta be something special. At least I would expect it to be. Alright, so we need to go talk to Candace. And fortunately, we have a free travel. It's a slow travel, but we're going to take it. And yeah, so we're actually going to do some questing. Because it's a lot more interesting grinding what you need for crafting if you get to do some questing alongside it. That's a lot more interesting for you. That's a lot more interesting for me. Although, we had fun killing a bunch of stuff. The boar population around Breland is now considerably less. The wolf population in the Shire is considerably less. Okay, not really. They respawned, but still, we can imagine. Now, I will say I do usually see, like when I pop into the LOTRO forums to find an answer to something, there's usually a decent bit of activity there. But again, I don't know how much of that is from new players or old players. I would like to think that there is some interest from people wanting to play the game. I love how they thought that Rings of Power is going to bring interest to Lord of the Rings Online. I don't think that happened, to be perfectly fair. Unless people showed up at Lord of the Rings Online to get a real Middle-earth experience, which Rings of Power did not provide. And thank you, Jesus, that Lord of the Rings on multiplayer that Amazon was going to do got canned. Because if they did that travesty that is Rings of Power, I can only imagine what they would have done with a game. I don't think it would have been very good. And I'll be honest, I wasn't planning on playing it. It's like, oh wait, you're making a Lord of the Rings MMO. But there's already a Lord of the Rings MMO, thank you very much. I don't need another one. Oh, this is the Far Chetwood Forest, and it has some gigantic trees in it, as you could tell. Now we are heading into the Lone Lands. That's about as far a view as I can give y'all, so y'all can see the landscape. Lovely, lovely ruins, as you can see. Look at these awesome ruins here. Now these guys we won't be messing with. They're level 55. We are level 23. We would get our butts kicked 3 ways to Sunday. Oh, we have a point to spend. We're going to increase our claw swipe area effect. There we go. Well, let's see. Lone Lands, I'm trying to think. Believe was part of Cardlin. Well, we're almost there, but while we're riding, Ornor. The Northern Kingdom was the kingdom of the Dunedain and the land of Eriador in Middle-earth. It was the original seat of the High King of Arnar, who ruled both Arnar and Gondar. Arthur Dane, the core of the Northern Kingdom bordering the Lune. Cardolin, the land south of the East Road, east of the Brandywine. Rudar, the region between the Weather Hills and the Misty Mountains. Oh wait, no, this is Rudar. So, because between the Weather Hills and the Misty Mountains. So yeah, this actually is the end of Cardolin and the beginning of Rudar. Something I've started to ask myself recently, not just about LOTRO and WoW, but about older MMOs in general, if there's enough interest from new generations in playing them. I wish I could tell you with certainty there is. Because it seems like in some ways we'll go ahead and grab all these quests. The newer generations have been I almost want to say trained. I don't know if that's the right word. They've come to expect a certain amount of instant gratification, especially when it comes to video games. So, you know, they're probably a little more patient with a game like Guild Wars 2, where you can get to max level pretty fast and jump into your in-game content, which I think is a horrible term, in-game content. Shouldn't be content involve a whole entire game and not just in-game? But they're not patient with the leveling process. And of course, is the OG players of these games, not just LOTRO, but like you said, WoW. Let's see, what else can we think of? Guild Wars 2, Elder Scrolls Online, EverQuest. They're aging out, you know? But having said all that, I have been playing the game for 17 years, and for almost as long as I have been playing it, there have been people sitting there screaming that the game is dying. And the game's not going to last another year. And basically, the whole dead game. But it's been going on for ages now. And the game's still here. I'll use that. I was going to tell you to stop shooting sharp pointy things at me, but those weren't even sharp pointy things. You were shooting fire at me. So, you can get bent. Exactly. You phrased that much better than my clumsy question had. No, you. I understood what you said. I thought it was very well phrased. Would you focus on the right thing? Thank you very much. Oh my god. Getting her to focus on an enemy was a challenge in itself. That was a whole battle. I need more Craven eyes and ranged fighters. I should be able to find a ranged fighter up here. Like that one right there. Excuse me, could you die? Thank you. Now. Need Craven, or Crabane. Hello, random person. I hope you're having fun. So we have just run across somebody else here in the Lone Land, probably doing quest too. Oh, that's not what I want. Hold on a second. Alright, I'm back. Oh, there's some crabane over here. One more crabane. Oh, and there is our unlucky bird. Hello, bird. Goodbye, bird. Okay, go ahead and turn those in. Now we got something chasing us. It can chase us. Now I'm not interested in stopping for it right now. Yeah, that's exactly, they are doing the quest over here too. Alright. Turn that in. Collect orc orders. Turn the Craven eyes in. So that's done. And we haven't gotten any hides yet because we haven't killed anything, but dang, our bags are already starting to look kind of hefty here. Like I said, nothing I can do about it. I don't even have LOTRO points on this account to buy bag space. Oh, and right off the bat, there's our messenger. Excuse me, get out of my way. Would you? Would you get out of my way? No? Well, then you can die. Turn that in. And we get a quest. We get 3 more quests. Go defeat a war master and get his orders. To collect Canday's foe, which has been stolen. And gather battered lock boxes. And we might as well kill this and see if we can get a medium hide out of it. And we did. We did get a medium hide. We have exactly 3 of. We need a lot more than 3. Now, you'll let me know if that music gets a little too repetitive, and I'll see about changing it out again. Excuse me. I was not talking to you. I was talking to my people. Thank you. Obviously, the orc has a problem with the music. And we got some wolves here. They should provide hides. No, that did not. So either we got incredibly unlucky, or they don't. That's a bat. Bats don't provide anything but junk. and bat droppings. And maybe Batman if you're lucky. Now, y'all might have seen me do this as an instant, excuse me, for the anniversary festival, where you come in here, you had to do the instant. Well, this is, requires human form. Okay, fine. We'll change back to human. So apparently we'll have to be a human for this because I need to pick up battered lock boxes. Your teddy is going to wear out his right hand claw. He needs to switch hands more often. Most of his swipes are right side. Yes, most of her swipes are indeed right side. She is definitely not a southpaw. And we got some brushed medium leather on that chest. Nice. But yeah, she is definitely a North Paw. Which I'm perfectly fine with. I am as well. Oh, we have Candace bow, so that's one thing down. I love how that other orc has not noticed me at all, despite me fighting his buddy just feet away from him. Oh, and these guys, though, had noticed a fight going on. As you can see, the beorning is actually a relatively sturdy character. So if you're on a free-to-play account and you have managed to grind yourself some considerable LOTRO points, despite the character not being, very lore friendly, I would recommend getting it. It's a sturdy character. Went the wrong way. Boy, did I go the wrong way. We need 2 more lock boxes. And we need to defeat the leader up here. Oh, and we're getting some good reputation for the Lonelands doing this too. So these guys are providing 16 reputation apiece. Is a popular character choice or more nice among players? I will say I've seen my fair share of beornings in the world. So, for the people that don't mind playing a character that is a race and a class, the beorning is good. Neat? No, I've seen a fair bit of beornings. You can usually tell the beorning pretty easily. They look a little wilder. They usually have some sort of face paint. And, well, I will tell you right now, half the time when you're running around Bree, if you see a bear in Bree, it's a beorning. Excuse me. Hey, why are you running away? Get your behind back over here. You know, you should try fighting your own fights at some point, buddy. Always trying to summon someone else to help you. Alright, so we've gotten everything done here. Now, I will say I do see a lot of high elves. Especially on roleplay servers, people seem to like the elves a lot. I'm quite fond of the river hobbit. It's too bad Miss Vistula is not a river hobbit. She's a regular hobbit. But I still like Miss Vistula regardless. The river hobbits, or I believe as they're better known, the Fallowhides, are the tribe of hobbits that the Tooks come from. And if you know from the lore, the Took family tended to be slightly taller, fairer, and braver. So, more adventurous. Let's just say it was in their blood. Sorry for the misspelling. Autocorrect is always winning the battle when I don't have my glasses on. Don't worry about it. I totally get it. Autocorrect is a fiat. I have seen some very strange autocorrects before. A formidable foe. Oh, autocorrect? No, not a formidable foe. It's a jokester like the Riddler. A formidable foe would be my bag space. Blood. The bag space on this character is pathetic. So I might start using this character on LOTRO Mondays for a while. Just because she needs so much. So much work. So much LOTRO points. If we're gonna get her even close to being viable. And it also is a good way for y'all to see what free-to-play looks like in the game, which I have not really showcased much of. Considering Foreman and, like I said, Miss Marcelin, Miss Madrigal, and Miss Vistula are all on VIP accounts. Okay, this is actually on repeat, isn't it? And while it's very nice, I think once we get back to Candace, I am going to switch this out for something else. I don't think Candace can buy stuff from us, which is too bad because we desperately need to empty our bags. It said, oh, the game music? Well, this is not the in-game music. Unfortunately, I've had some issues with sound this morning, so there's no game sound. The music that's playing is from YouTube, and it does say that it is royalty free. It says epic fight D&D / TTRPG battle / combat / fight music 1 hour copyright free. But I'm actually getting very tired of listening to it. Okay, royalty free. Inspiring background music, cinematic epic music, royalty-free music. Oh, that's true. Let's see. LOTRO music. It's a good idea, actually. Not Brie. Or Chet, no. Hellendam. Shire. Misty Mountains. Bells of Anduin. That's only 13 minutes long. Oh, Shadows of Angmar songs. 15th anniversary soundtrack. Lothlorien. No, that does not say LOTRO though. Riders of Rohan. Ooh, you know what? I do like the Riders of Rohan. So we'll go with this one. And it was composed by Chance Thomas, which was the best composer for the game. So, the beorning cannot use power potions because they don't have power. What they have is kind of a rage. So, getting power potions is useless for them. Now, we need to go up to Weathertop. I also want to find out, dude, do you... No, you don't buy anything, do you? Okay. Bit loud. Alright, let me turn it down. Is that better? Let me know. Alright. We need to go up to the top of Weathertop. Just to get there faster, we'll switch back to bear form. Now this is the shortcut up to the top of Weathertop. Always loved the Rohan music. I love the Moria music too. Requires human form. You take a rubbing of the runes on the rock and put it in your pack. Now while we're up here, where are you? There you are, buddy. We have a new deed, The Adventures of Floyd and DeWitt. The horse is Floyd. The gentleman drinking his coffee is DeWitt. And apparently they're a traveling vendor, traveling around Middle Earth, stopping to look at all the sights as they go. How they got up here without getting harassed by the birds is beyond me. But we'll find Floyd and DeWitt in a lot of different places in Middle Earth. And it's a deed. See? Another class that goes for free to play because of the extra benefits of fast travels and speed boost, is the hunter. In fact, the hunter is probably a preferred class for free-to-play, simply because they have so many ports that they get through questing, or not through questing, but through character progression mostly, and through reputation. So they have a lot of travels that they wouldn't have otherwise easily. And we're going to do the solo version of retaking Weathertop. Thank you very much. So that's a very, very key benefit for picking the hunter as free to play. Okay, protect Candace. You won't mind if a bear's following you around, will you? What are you doing, cat? Very, very, very restless today. Good thing there's no friendly fire, because I was having to shoot right through him. Take up the torch. I bet you have to be in human form for that. Light that. Attract some attention. They lit the fires. We're under attack. And he's going to open this for us. And then we're going to split up. Remember, torches, we need to be swift. The arc must be driven out of the lowlands. We cannot fail here. The path diverges. I shall follow the trail to the right. You follow the path to the left. Seek out Bubhosh and Muzz. Shake a leg, dude. If you come across Bubhosh or Muzz, defeat them. And we got a couple orcs coming down to check things out, which we will quickly dispatch. Come here, you. No, I want you. No shooting short, pointy things at me. Oh, we completed Orc Slayer. We have just made our first 5 LOTRO points today. Woo! I have... Oh, I got some orcs here. And a goblin. Light the fire. Wait for some company to arrive. There they are. And there's Bupash. Who actually did me a tiny bit of damage. Okay, back to human form. Grab a torch. Wait for company to arrive. From this point on, I don't think we have to worry about doing any torches. Huh. I wonder if the goblins would even know what a beorning is. I'm assuming they would look at her and see just another human. You'll have my heart, huh? I don't think so, buddy. Oh, I forgot these little stinkers can stun. I made him drop his bomb before he got here. Would you fight? Thank you. And that's our other boss up there. Bark, Goth, and Muzz. I'm gonna focus on the ward first. Okay, I don't want to see your name popping up constantly, okay? Boy, we are not doing you much. Oh, I know why we're not doing you much damage. We gotta get rid of Muzz. Muzz is healing him. Forgot about that. Now we can get rid of you. Alright. UI. Where is the dang thing? I'll have to do it later. There's a way to make it so that the information box pops up in one place instead of being in your face like that. And I don't have time to figure it out. And would you focus on what's in front of you? Not something that's 50 feet in the distance. Thanks. You stinker. Now, the last guy up here should be an actual orc, and yep. And now we have run into Candace again, who is injured, but still willing to fight. He says his injuries are worse than he imagined, but he'll open the gate and stand guard. And yes, we are in overflow. Which you have an hour before overflow stuff gets deleted. Stop dying, you maggot! I like that. I'll not be beaten for you. I've got you a little surprise. Hey, we actually have a fight here. We have a challenge. Well, we gotta get rid of this arc that's standing in front of him first. No, Lord of the Rings Online. And good morning, Iconio? Happy Monday to you. And let me know if I got your name even remotely right. Alright, we are done and dusted. And I need a spot in my inventory. Alright. Yes, I do want to destroy 2 blackened feathers. Thank you very much. Alright, what's worth the most? That? Okay. Oh, but I also have another item. Dang it. Okay, we'll get rid of those. To talk to Gaderick at the Forsaken Inn. And fortunately for us, there is a travel to the Forsaken Inn. A fast travel. And you know what else is at the Forsaken Inn? Vendors. We can empty our bags. Hallelujah! Playing on free-to-play, that is a pain point right there. That little tiny bit of bag space is horrible. Horribly more horrible. Oh, but we can use this. Let's see, what do we have in here? Broken wooden maces. Okay, I have that. Blackened sword sheaths. Yep, can use that. That's the only 2 items I have enough of. So I can turn those inside. To this gentleman here. I can call you anything, it's fine. But yeah, this is Lord of the Rings Online. A game that's almost as old as World of Warcraft. Broken wooden maces. And blackened sword sheaths. Somehow live chat disappeared and couldn't answer in time. Sorry about that. No problem. And we need one more. Because if she's going to be here doing this stuff, she might as well get her rep with the Aglain. And we'll do... Actually, we'll do one more blackened sword chief. Limit for task items is 5 a day. It will go up as you progress. First you thought it was World of Warcraft? I don't know, World of Warcraft's a lot more bright and cartoony looking. But they're both older games, so I can see where you might have mistaken them. Alright, let us empty our bags of junk. Yeah, I can sell that. I can sell that. Sell that. Sell that. I could probably sell those on the auction house for more, but I'm not worried about it. Sell that. Well, she's making a little money. That's good. Candace, spare bow. Love you, Candace, but I don't need your bow. Is the game on? Yes, the game is online. It is a MMO. Okay, we can learn that. We can learn that. The rest of this stuff I can sell, because those aren't within her crafting profession. Oh, I have this hat I can sell. What the heck is it? Right here. She can't use those yet, but we'll go ahead and sell them. Her bag thanks us for emptying it. Somewhat. Oh, that's right. We still have a couple of things here. So her weapons are daggers and clubs. You can't use very many types of weapons. All this for crafting. Well, and it's fun. So we'll go ahead and talk to you. And this next quest we will put on the back burner to go talk to Radagast. We're not ready for that yet. We will start picking up some other quests here. Lots of them. Lots and lots of them. There are tons of quests at the Forsaken Inn. And you will want to pick up as many, all of them that you can get. Turn that in. Except for this one. Enter the Forsaken you don't want to take unless you're in a fellowship and you feel like doing an instance. You do need 3 people for that. And in fact, preferably, you need a light armor class, a medium armor class, and a heavy armor class because there are specific tasks within the instance that only certain classes can do. Which is why you have never seen me do Enter the Forsaken. So first things first, we're going to go recover. Where the heck is it? So many quests. Find Lot's missing cart. That's what we're doing right now. And here's his missing cart. Looking a little worse for wear. Cart has been looted and destroyed. If we go...
Thanks for the sub!
Oh, thank you, Stardust Phantom Dragon, for the sub. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a good day. And once again, for everybody in the U.S., Happy Memorial Day. Come here. Yeah, absolute troll. Back to your goblin, not a troll. Okay, so we have discovered that the cart has been raided, the driver slain. Apparently by these goblins here, which we are going to deal with now. So, y'all can all get... Why are you running away? You little turd. There's another one running away. No! Y'all quit running away from me. Now this guy, if we were a jeweler, I believe he would have a quest for us. Forsaken Inn looks pretty ragged. Oh, and I forgot about you out here. You have quests. There's like bazillion quests in the Forsaken Inn. Alright. Kill goblins, easy enough to do. And now you have another quest. 2 of them. Some of those quests are actually repeatable up to 3 times. If you're, actually I was going to say if you're free to play, if you're anything, you probably want to get them done because they're worth reputation. What else do I play? You mean game-wise? Oh, let's see. I played Lord of the Rings Online. I played Guild Wars 2. Palworld, Enshrouded. Currently, my personal favorite is Windrose. I'm also a longtime fan of Diablo 2. I have tried Warframe. I wasn't really into it. Although I could see where some people might enjoy it. Oh yeah, I actually played Diablo 2 when it first came out, long time ago. I even got to join the beta for that, so that was fun. When did I play? I played it, I would say a couple years ago at this point. It hasn't been recently. We pretty much have to kill everything on the landscape right now. Diablo 4 is fun, but yeah. That pretty much is a complete sentence. I completely understand that. Diablo 2, I think, because I played Diablo 2, Diablo 4, and honestly, I still like Diablo 2 best. I have actually been playing Diablo 2 Resurrected. I just last night played a little Respect My Warlock, and I was kind of grinding because he has not gotten very good gear. And then I let my viewers vote, and we started a new character, and I started a barbarian. Barbarians are fun. Barbarians go shing shing and kill everything. Everybody keeps saying Barbarian is difficult to play. I never found Barbarian particularly difficult. I honestly thought the Assassin was harder to play. But then I'm used to playing like melee classes and various MMOs. Don't take it wrong way, but you got balls for sure. Thanks. I will not take that the wrong way. Oh look, it's our boss that we have to kill here. I think we have to kill him. Yes, we do. Come here, Luz. Get your butt whomped. No. No, 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 no. You're not running away, you little stinker. And we have completed Enmity of the Goblins too. Looks like I may not be the only person playing out here right now, because I just saw a word run, like it was aggroed, and it was not aggroed by me, so it was clearly aggroed by somebody. Excuse me, come here. Come here, y'all. We We have collected 5 out of 10 work tails because that's really what I want, is to be collecting some evil creature's tail. I mean, come on. Really? Really, really? And we're staying in man form because we have quests that require us to interact with items, which can only be done in man form. These goblin food barrels. We're supposed to be trying to poison them. These are goblins. They probably eat some of the foulest food ever. I don't think they're going to be easily poisoned by anything. Yeah, okay, I know which quest he's doing. He's helping that guy escape. Means we won't be able to do that right now. So I need more barrels. How many do I need? 2 more. Ah, up there. Might give Lord of the Rings Online a try. It looks peaceful. It's a fun game. I mean, it's an older game. If you're into older, if you don't mind older graphics and you like an older style MMO, I'd definitely give it a shot. You can free to play the game for a good bit of content. Although one of the things we're going to be doing over the next few weeks with my character here, since this is a non-VIP account, is we're going to be looking at some of the pain points involved with free to play. Because I did have somebody ask me specifically about crafting. So we kind of went from crafting to questing because she needed more hides. Year 28 to kind of live through the old games, PS1 and Cube. Old is gold after all. Well, I would tend to agree. I might be just a tiny bit older than 28. Okay, I turned 55 about a week and a half ago. I have been through everything from the Atari 2600 on to current day. So I clearly have no trouble with old school games. Oh, gotta show respect since you're older than me. Well, thank you. I mean, you don't feel like you have to, like, you know, I'm nobody's queen or anything, but I always prefer people respect each other. It just makes for a more peaceful life, you know? We got over here. You might have hides for me. Looks like you did indeed. Have I probably not gotten to consider? I've actually gotten 14. That's not enough to get anywhere with crafting, but it's a start. Well, you're someone's queen, that's for sure. Thank you. But yeah, I enjoy a nice community. Now that doesn't mean there can't be disagreements, because nobody has ever gotten along 100% with anyone else, and that's just a fact. But we can be respectful in our disagreements. Alright, I need one more goblin spear thrower. You're not a spear thrower, but guess what? You get to die anyway. After I get up from you knocking me out, you little troglodyte. And yes, I see you, Wolf. You wait your turn. Indeed, some people agree and disagree on the same object, and it's all respected. And it should be. Honestly, there is very little need to fight over a difference in opinion. Yeah, you get some other communities who cross the line. That's true. Well, you get some people in general who get, what would we say, riled up. They get their back up over certain issues. So if somebody disagrees with them even in the slightest bit, they go on the defensive automatically. And it causes a lot of strife. Excuse me. Excuse me. Did you just hit me in the back? You absolute little goblin. We probably have a few we could turn in at this point. Oh, spear thrower, I need you. I might as well get you too while I'm at it, even though I don't need you anymore. But we completed Goblin Slayer with you, so another 5 LOTRO points. By the way, is the Lord of the Rings Online coexist with the Lord of the Rings movies? The story of the Lord of the Rings Online follows in parallel with the story in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So you actually start out in whatever starter area, but all starter areas end up at Bree, where you deal with following the fellowship from the Prancing Pony through the Troll Straws, the Misty Mountains, that actually follows alongside all the way to Mordor and then beyond. So yes, it does. So the hobbits can be found in the forest that has fires. Yes. There's the old forest. There's the hobbits. You even get to meet them at different places. Like you get to meet Frodo and Samwise in Rivendell. And actually in a couple other places too. You get to go to Moria. You get to go to Lothlorien and meet the Lady Galadriel. You get to go to Rivendell and meet Elrond. And they did pretty good job with the characters. You basically, you're in the background helping the Fellowship to get where they're going. Dwarf and Elf? Oh, you mean Gimli and Legolas? Yeah, you meet them too. You meet Gimli, you meet Legolas, you meet Merry, Pippin, and Frodo, and Samwise, and Boromir. Yeah, you meet them all at various points. Let's see, which one of these are we finished with? Okay. We actually finished a few of them already, so we can turn them in. Now you have more than a reason to play the game. Yeah, I mean, people who like Tolkien and love Middle Earth will find a lot to like about the game. Go ahead and empty our bags a little bit. Is this any good? Surprisingly, yes. This is better than what she's wearing. So we will swap those out. Another recipe she didn't know. There we go. Our bags are empty-ish. Empty-ish. So we'll turn this in. I am going to get a Journeyman Tailor scroll and some materials I can sell. I will actually take the sword, I believe. Yeah, I'll take the sword, because she can actually use that. And then we'll retake the bounty. Can do the bounties 3 times each. No, that's not what I wanted to trade it out for. I want to trade it out for her offhand. Oh, you stinker! You won't let me put it in the offhand. Oh, I'm keeping... Am I? Yeah, I'm keeping that. Okay. I believe the music that's playing currently is in Caras Galadon in Lothlorien. Okay. Tailor scroll. Okay, we're turning that in. We don't need anything. We'll just take whatever costs the most. And our reward for that is just some silver. We'll take that again. Okay, and that's done. I can sell that, and sell that, and that. Sell that. I want to keep that because that's a scholar thing, and she is a scholar. And I want to keep the fibers because that's a tailor thing, and she's a tailor. And I guess I'll go ahead and sell this since it turns out she can't use it unless she swaps out the club she's using. And I kind of like her using clubs. I want to keep her using clubs. And I already know that. Okay, so I can sell it. We still have a metric boatload of quests. So we got wolf hide, boar legs, and boar feet. Because the cook is using them to make broth. Craven feathers, boar tusk, wolf tails, and orc shields. And warp tails. Now that I can take off for the moment. That's still like multiple quests we're following right now. Now while we're at it, I don't know, I should probably go ahead and go to Oscar Roof and grab the stable there. Oof. Boy, that was some graphics lag, for certain. We'll take Bear Farm so we go a little faster. Yeah, currently we are in the Lone Lands. I just got done with the quest at Weathertop, which is where Frodo got stabbed with the Morgul blade. And we don't get to see that part. We actually showed up to Weathertop after that event. But yeah, that's where that happened. So you'd have to go all the way through the Lone Lands, through the Trollshaws, across the Brunin, and up into Rivendell. Where it's the first time you meet Frodo, Samwise, Merry and Pippin, and you even meet Bilbo, who is residing in Rivendell. And at the guest house, you will find Legolas, Gimli, and Aragorn. And is Boromir there too? I believe Boromir's there too. Familiar names? Oh, the whole fellowship is in Rivendell. So you will get to meet them. You'll even get to see them head off from Rivendell in an instant. This character is a beorning. So beorning as in Bjorn and Grimbeorn, the skin changers. Although not exactly lore accurate, but they decided that all beornings need to be skin changers. So she can change into a bear. Now there is a lore master, which is probably the closest thing to a druid you get in this game. There's also the Runekeeper, which is my main character. I have a lot of videos about her journey through Middle Earth from the very start to her current location, which is Rohan. And I have my mariner, basically a sailor. And she is currently in Moria. So those are my two favorite girls. Yeah, that orc, that half orc is completely short-sighted. He did not even notice me run right past him. Not that I'm complaining. I didn't feel like getting into a fight with his butt anyway. But yeah, if you wanted to play a druid type character, I would say the closest thing is the lore master. Now remember, we're doing it just to get a stable. And Oscarus is over in this direction here. Upper left of the screen. Ever thought of streaming on Twitch? Not really. I'm not a big Twitch person. I rarely watch it, and I'm not a big, huge Amazon fan. Although I will shop there from time to time. I certainly have a number of books. My main things are here on YouTube and on Rumble. And I think half of the reason I chose Rumble is because it's definitely a challenge to get an audience there, especially if you're just gaming. But I enjoy the challenge. Ah, there's the stable. Woohoo! We actually managed to make it here without aggroing anything? You've got to be kidding me. I'm kind of shocked. I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of shocked. But I do love the lore that you can uncover as you travel through Middle Earth. Like, you're not really going to be, I don't think Oscarus is mentioned in the Lord of the Rings books. Or if it is, it's in passing. While we're here, we might as well go talk to Radagast. Although we certainly will not be doing his next quest. But at least we'll have it out of the way. Nope, don't have any points to spend yet. Would you close? Thank you. So if we go up in here, we will meet Radagast the Brown. And I believe Radagast is a lore master. Okay, we'll take that. We can get the most for it. And I'll pick up his next quest, but like I said, we're not doing it right now. It's a class. So, the main classes in Lord of the Rings Online, say you're free to play, you've just started out. You have your light armor classes, your lore master, your minstrel, your runekeeper. You have your medium armor classes, which include your warden, not captain, warden, hunter, and burglar. And then you have your heavy classes, which include the captain, the guardian, and the champion. And those are the ones you get base. Now, the beorning came with an expansion, so you would have to actually buy that in the LOTRO store, which clearly I have done. I did that a long while back. Alright, we'll take a slow ride back to Forsaken. That's the only class, because the beorning is considered a race and a class. So, with the beorning, that's 10. There are 10 classes, and there are 3 other races that are in the store that you have to buy. Wait, no. Yes. No, there's another class. There's the Mariner. 2 more classes, sorry. There's the Mariner and the Brawler that you have to buy. Neither of which I have on this account. So, 12 classes. And then there's 3 races that you have to buy. There's the High Elf, the Stout Axe Dwarf, and the River Hobbit. But in the base game, you have the 3 light classes, the 3 medium classes, the 3 heavy classes. You can choose between elf, man, dwarf, or hobbit. So you have a pretty good variety of classes and races to choose from. And a couple years ago, they decided that to make it so that any race can be any class. It used to be, like, for example, the runekeeper could only be a dwarf or an elf, but now men and hobbits can also be runekeepers. I think the captain could only be man or elf, and now all the classes can be captain, so on and so forth. Although I still debate with them the logic of making a human a runekeeper, considering how many decades of study it takes to become one. The dwarf, even the hobbit, I could kind of see they can live to pretty old. I mean, well, Bilbo lived to be well past 111, but he might have been the exception. Still, humans usually don't have a lifespan of more than about 90 or 100 years. Dunedain notwithstanding, they can live longer because they still have a little bit of elven blood in them. But I don't get to decide what they do with the game. They chose that specific path, and I just go, okay, that's fine. But I won't be making any human runekeepers anytime soon. Thank you very much. There's a little snake crawling around in the grass there. A little garter snake. Alright, so it is getting late. I don't know if we should go kill anything I feel like we should probably stop here because it is almost 2 in the afternoon here and I do still need to eat. And then I have a Guild Wars 2 video to record because I forgot to do it over the weekend. Now I get to do it today. But let me finish off by thanking everybody who has stopped by today, even with the technical issues. You are all awesome. Let me start from the bottom up. Ikanyo, thank you for being here and hanging out. And thank you for all the questions. I hope you do give LOTRO a try. I think you would enjoy it greatly. Thank you to George Chris for being here and hanging out. I always appreciate you. I hope you're having a good day. Thank you to Johnny Brunson for popping in and hanging out. I appreciate you. And Tiplip Stars Commander, thank you for being here. And thank you to Cynthia Markle. I hope you're having a good Memorial Day. Thank you to DP70 for being here and hanging out and for the fun puns. I appreciated those. I know, dad jokes and all. And thank you to Strawberry Field Fairy for stopping in and saying hi. I appreciate you. For those of you who popped in and out, or perhaps you stuck around and lurked, well, thank you. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Next time, say hi. I promise I don't bite. And with all that being said, I am going to go off and find myself some lunch. You lovely folks have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you're at. Once again, to everyone in the U.S., Happy Memorial Day. Until next time, bye for now.